Hi everyone, Eugene here, and I'm here with Evgeny, our resident SEO expert at the firm, and I wanted to spend some time today talking about the value of videos and video marketing. And just to kind of introduce the topic a little bit, videos used to be something that were extremely expensive to produce for companies. You would have to have a giant production crew come in. You would have to spend tens of thousands of dollars in order to have something professional, super sharp. You had film and tape and all of this other stuff. But with the advent of current technology, the reality is that anyone can make a video, just simply from the same device they read the news from, or talk on the phone. What that's led to is an explosion of video content on the internet. And it seems to me, or obviously if we read any of the literature around search engine optimization, video marketing is becoming hotter and hotter and hotter, and videos are becoming more and more important for everybody to do, because it's becoming it's almost not an option to not do video anymore. It's almost like a must-have as part of your marketing strategy. So let's start with that. Why is video marketing so important from the world of SEO?
Yes, thank you, Eugene, for that introduction. And actually, that's absolutely correct. The video marketing is getting more and more important. And actually, I would say that it's must if you would like to have a successful company. And according to Google itself, they're saying that by year 2020, actually 85% searches would be by video. So if you don't have video, actually people would not find you. So it's very important to start to implement now that are already like in a couple years you are at that stage that you have plenty of videos about your company, and actually people can find you over there. And another thing about why video is so important, it's as Eugene said before, it was too expensive to produce one video. Right now you can create maybe 10 videos for the same price, and from search engine optimization point, you can target different keywords for your company. So actually people could search for a particular keyword, and then they will find your video. Actually, you could think about yourself when you search something in Google, and when you see the video on the first page, you automatically would like to click the video first. And I know it from my own experience that if I see the video, I'm like, okay, I will go to watch the video first. So it's very important.
Yeah, and absolutely correct. I think the reality is that when we look at it from a consumer behavior and a psychology standpoint, a video allows us to communicate more authentically with our audience, and that's no surprise. That's I guess the least authentic type of communication is writing, right? And you write it, and and it's least personal. It's not relationship based, but it's something. Then maybe we have some audio on top of the writing, and when we have video, we get to kind of the story, the picture that tells 1,000 words. Well, video is even more, because
Exactly.
you get to see the motion, you get to hear the tonality, you get to understand who the person is, what they look like, how they interact, all of those things. So it really builds. One of the reasons people prefer videos is because A, it's more engaging content, but B, if you actually care about who the person is who's producing that video, you actually get to build a stronger relationship with that individual. So I completely agree with you. It's probably no surprise that Google is prioritizing, and all the other search engines are prioritizing video content, because quite honestly, it's the content that we all want to see. So let's talk about for clients from a strictly technical standpoint. What are the outcomes? What are the advantages of using video versus other content? What can video do for you that other types of content cannot?
Sure, and one of the obstacles maybe we have when we talk to our clients, that we're talking about the time. That when we say that our project can take 6 to 8 months
From a search engine optimization.
From a search engine optimization, yes. To get on the first page of Google, for example, the video can be over there like in 3 months, for example. So the speed of the results that you can get with videos can be much faster. And the reason behind that is that, for example, we're talking about we're creating a video, and then we put that video on YouTube, for example. But Google owns YouTube, and because of that, Google loves YouTube. and because of that, we actually can upload the videos and can power them up, and actually in about 1, 2, 3 months we can see the videos already on the first page of Google. That will bring you traffic, and that will bring you phone calls and new customers.
Yeah, and not to overpromise, but I know for a fact that that you and your team have had certain clients where you upload a video, and within a week that video is in the top 10 search results of Google, and that I think is only possible with video content today.
That's absolutely correct. It's possible to get videos on the first page even quicker. For example, we do a research of this certain keyword that can bring traffic to the client, and then what we do, we testing if that particular video would be on the first page in a 1 week, in 2 days, actually in 5 days, and if it's happening, then we go forward and create the video and put it over there. So there is a lot of great opportunities with videos to be on the first page.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit more about what it means to kind of power up a video.
Yes.
When we talk about just creating a video and simply posting it from a search engine standpoint, just posting a video on YouTube, may not do very much for you. So what are some of the little techniques? As some of you might know, like before, a lot of people, when they uploaded the video, then they were doing some not ethical things about the videos. They were buying different views, so like the video could get like 5,000 views like in a day. Yeah, you could pay someone in India $20 and they would get 5,000 views. Exactly. I think Google's onto those tricks right now.
Yes, absolutely correct. Actually, right now, if for example, your keyword, like the keyword you're targeting, has only 100 searches per month, and all of a sudden you uploaded your video and it has 5,000 views. So it's, in Google eyes, it's not realistic. It's so false. And actually, you have to be very careful with things you do with your videos, with your search engine optimization, because Google on top of all those things. But one of the things that Google loves, it's if your video is engaging and if it's shareable. For example, if actually people watch your video and then they start to maybe share it on Facebook, or actually somebody is writing about, for example, you have a plumbing company and somebody is writing about fixing I don't know, basement or something like that, or sink, and they found your video where you explain how to fix something like plumbing wise, and they actually would put your video on their website to show the explanation. So that would help to rank your video. That would help in Google eyes, would show that your video is important, that people actually watch it, and people actually share it. So that's one of the things that.
So one other topic I wanted to touch on, because I think this is really important, is what kind of video people should be creating. Because when I talk to clients about telling them that you should be creating video of your business, one of the things they I think a lot of people envision is the videos look like, well, hey, this is me, and this is my company, and this is the secretary, and this is what we do, and that's it. And how many of those? Okay, fine. So that video tells us a little story about your business, but how many of those can you really create? So people constantly are looking for ideas. What kind of videos to create. So I wanted to share some of my favorite ideas, some of your favorite ideas of what kind of videos we should be creating, even if we're creating them with our cell phones, or if we have kind of a low budget production value to them. Because as long as the video builds relationship and accomplishes a purpose, it is something that is going to A, rank on Google, and B, drive traffic and customers to a business's door. So one of my favorite types of videos to create is customer testimonials. Of course, it's easy to plop a customer in front of a camera if the customer wants to do it and say, hey, tell me a little bit about your experience with my business. But some people have a hard time asking for that favor from a customer. Some people, they just, that's not something they're comfortable doing. So there's another solution. Let's say you have a third party, I don't know, a cousin, a friend, or a business or a service that does this for you. But let's say you have a third party who calls the customer after the fact and does a little audio interview. And the audio interview kind of goes, they ask the same questions. Tell me about your experience at ABC company. Tell me what you liked the most. Tell me how the staff treated you. Tell me about your product, about the results, all of this stuff, right? And you get this great audio interview, and then you can take that audio interview. It really doesn't take all that much, but you take that audio interview, you splice it a little bit, and then you put it on a, like, you make it the audio track of like a slideshow, and the slideshow could be pictures of your business, could even be little videos of your business, could be like a little pan view of your business, but you make that a little slideshow, and then there's a customer testimonial. And the cool part about that is that customer testimonial will tell other customers that you've done business with people like them. It will bring people to the door. It'll help you build credibility. It'll help you build stronger relationships with your customers, all while utilizing the advantages of video to create to create SEO value, search engine optimization value, and ranking you higher. So that's one of my favorite techniques to use. What do you have? What are some of the ideas?
I definitely agree with you, and we already have great success with testimonials videos. But other few videos that's possible to do, it would be explainer video, where and you could use it in many different ways. For example, explainer, where you can tell the customers who are you, what are you doing, what your business is about. Another thing that you actually can start to create videos of how to, my example was about the plumber, how to fix particular things. And so it's kind of would be a little bit educational, but again, people search those, how to fix something, how to do those particular things, and it will by doing that, actually you will bring traffic to your video, and then from that video you will have a link to your social media, you'll have the link to your website, where they go, they look at, oh, okay, they know what they're doing about, then they see maybe testimonials video, so it goes one to another, and then you get a customer, you get a new client. So it's one of those videos that I would definitely recommend businesses to start creating.
Okay, yeah, another idea, let's just say interviews. Let's say interviews, you could do interviews with your staff inside the organization. You could say, hey, tell me about a tough customer that you worked on, or something like that. Or you could do, and what was the great result that you were able to accomplish, against all odds. Or you could do interviews with thought leaders in your field. Even as something as boring as, and of course this is with no disrespect to our dental clients, but dentistry, for example. Let's say you want to do a thought leader interview as a dentist. And let's say you have your regular patients and you might do a certain number of procedures, but then there's one really cool procedure that you want to get into doing. Maybe it's a high-end cosmetic dentistry procedure. And you might call a dentist who who does a lot of these procedures, and you might say, tell me about some of your favorite success stories. Tell me about, how you got into doing this. Tell me what your clients are saying about this. And you do this interview with a dentist who might be cross-country in a non-competing market, but might be a thought leader who you met at a conference or something. And he might be a thought leader, and then you can create an engaging video that says, Dr. Jones and Dr. Smith talk about, high-end cosmetic dentistry. So there's just so many different opportunities, and you can have audio, again, and just have a bunch of pictures, or you can have a video one. I've seen people do Skype interviews and just videotape those and record those Skype interviews, and that's acceptable. People don't expect a huge production quality, right? What else could we do?
Another one probably would be if you into e-commerce stuff, if you into product sale, you definitely can do video products reviews. So that's one of the things. If you're trying to sell even not e-commerce or Amazon kind of not e-commerce or Amazon kind of stuff, but for example, you car dealership. And you have many cars to sell. So what we can do like reviews of the cars, where again, if you read about some particular car, it's one thing. When you see a video where we go around, where we show the car, where people talk about the car, so it's absolutely different approach, and it's again more engaging and would definitely help sales.
Yeah, and another one, for example, you could host a webinar. Let's say you know something that you know, a lot of your customers are asking about. Let's say you have some inside product knowledge, some inside ideas that, you know, people constantly ask you questions about. Why not host a webinar? You can invite people live to the webinar, or you can just record your screen as you share some slides, show your face, but you demonstrate your expertise in a particular field on a particular topic. And again, it doesn't have to be any sort of sexy industry, right?
And I absolutely agree with webinars, because it's actually getting more and more popular. Actually, I myself probably every week spend like hours on different webinars, because it's just such an engaging communication, where you see the person who is an expert in particular field, and they talk to you, they explain to you what's going on, and then it's again, you don't have to go somewhere. It's just right there in front of your computer. You see it, you watch, and the same for the experts. Yeah, they just create that webinar and they share their knowledge with you, and it's very good for the clients.
Yeah, and I think another one might be like event videos. Let's say you go to an event, and whether it's a I don't know, convention of some sort, or you could go to, I don't know, a Chamber of Commerce luncheon. It doesn't matter. You could go to that event, you could demonstrate your presence, you could showcase that you're engaged in a particular community, and you could show your level of expertise in that particular community. Even if you're at the smallest possible little, you know, tiniest little event, the fact that you're at an event makes it interesting to someone who might be interested in that event, or who might be interested in your business, or who might just be interested in the personality behind your business. And that's why we keep talking about these videos, and that's where I kind of want to bring it full circle, is that, you know, video communication is something that allows us to convey our personalities. It's something that allows us to convey our expertise. It's something that allows us to convey our knowledge, but also makes us a lot more likable in the eyes of our clients. That video communication used to be really expensive to produce, but now it's pretty inexpensive, and it has a tremendous amount of marketing value from a search engine optimization standpoint, from a ranking standpoint, and also from a credibility standpoint. And I think I really agree with your point. I think one of the most valuable points in the conversation is that, look, in a few years, video is going to be an absolute must. If you don't have video, you're going to look like the odd man out. But in today's environment, you can get ahead. You're still going to have to do it, right? So you might as well start doing it now.
Definitely.
And if you start doing it now, you might as well, you're going to be ahead of the curve, and you can capture all of that traffic that would have been coming to that you know, you're still going to have to do something, but now you can capture all of that traffic that would be coming to somebody else, now coming to you.
Exactly. And even right now at this time, for example, YouTube is the second searchable engine, you know, like after Google it goes to YouTube. So it's already so important to start creating videos, and that's why I think business owners, they should change their change a little bit their mentality that oh, we don't need videos. No, actually you need them, and you want them, and it will help you in your business, and especially in the future as well.
Absolutely. I think it's been a great conversation, Evgeny. Again, if you have any ideas for us, if you want to hear about specific topics, or if you want to just give us some comments, feel free to comment below, send us a quick email, and we'll see you in future videos.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.